field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, switch to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst.
Young, back to throw. In trouble. He's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers. 7-8, Walden's 27-yard line. 49ers into the backfield. Gets on third down. He will take it himself for a first down. And more. Alex Smith is in. Touchdown.
His left hip. Third down. Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in the post. And it's good. Touchdown. Touchdown 49. But it's second down. Ryan takes the snap. Goes the flag to the left side. It's Michael. Intercepted. The 49ers pick it. And Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for a touchdown. No greater redemption.
Kaepernick shoots it. Hold everybody. Colin Kaepernick. What a game. Touchdown.
Oh, yeah. What is going on, Faithfuls? It's your boy, Nick, 49er Faithful 365, and we are here to bring you another fun-filled live stream podcast episode here on the YouTube channel. But before we get started, let's say what's up to the guys. Let's go over there to Breezy. What's going on, my guy?
Yeah! What's going on, fellas?
Chilling.
Breezy.
Yo, who said that?
Me.
Tony.
Oh, Tony. Tony sound like Mike for a minute. I'm like, yo, Mike here?
No.
Mike somewhere. Who knows? But, Tony, what's going on, man? I see you're
What's
taking
up,
a sip. My
fellas?
bad.
What's going on?
I hear you're just like me, man, getting caught up with all those allergies right now, huh?
Yeah.
And they hit me hard. I went to North Carolina to visit some family and stuff for Easter and help Jess's parents move and stuff like that, man. And the pollen was like this thick out there already.
Yeah.
Like killing me already. But yeah, I hear you, man. Brian, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Look, it's April. We promised that the fans that we would be doing a, March Madness is over with. We'd be going into April with the mock drafts with fans and, podcast hosts and things like that. But we can't kick off the month without doing an NBN full team mock draft together, right? So we're, that's our plan tonight, guys. We're going to do an NBN mock draft, full 7 rounds, obviously just for the 49ers. But, guys, let's talk about this a little bit, right? There's a lot of speculation going around, right? We traded up, obviously, for the number 3 pick. A lot of Mac Jones, a lot of Trey Lance, a lot of Justin Fields, a lot of, who they might not even draft a quarterback at 3, right? So we traded all this up. And can we all agree that the Niners are in for a quarterback at number 3? We can all agree on that, right? So we'll take out the whole fact of not drafting a quarterback, right? So let's talk about the top guys real quick before we get into the draft. We're going to talk about the needs that we need, right? So obviously we all agree on quarterback, right? What would be the – Tony, this question for you. What would be the next need for the 49ers after quarterback? Most important for you?
I would like to add a piece to the secondary, cornerback. But it all depends on, like, if there's a run on certain positions. If there's, like, a run on edge guys, you might see them dip into the edge at 43. I think it's either going to be edge or corner. And a sleeper one could be potentially wide receiver.
Interesting. Breezy, what do you think, man? What do you think's the next most important position? Do you agree with Tony, or do you think the Niners go a different route?
I mean, the logical position would be to find a cornerback, but it depends on which cornerback is available. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, there's some guys that you could probably still get in the third round, depending on where we're picking in the third round, and depending on who's going to be there. I would go corner. I don't think any of those. I think all the elite edge rushers will be gone, and I think you can wait a little bit later to get a nice edge depth piece. So I would go corner and wide receiver. I think we need a slot guy. I think you can focus and find. There are about 3 slot guys I think that'll fall to the second round that the 49ers can add to their repertoire and have the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL. Yeah, I said it.
The best wide receiver. You don't think the 49ers have the best wide receiver tandem right now?
Absolutely not.
All right.
Hell no.
All right, that's good. I like the non-homerness. You know, I like not being homerish, right? So, Brian, do you agree with that? And if so, if you agree on that, what would you think the next most important position is to fill on this team?
Well, for me, looking at the whole picture, I'm with Tony and Wayne both. That cornerback is the next piece that needs to come. And like I said, if there's a run there, I could see them going defensive end or corner, because corner's pretty deep this year actually in the draft when you start looking at it and breaking it down. But after that, you start looking at positions of need as far as future contracts. Who are we going to need to start looking to replace and stuff. So I wouldn't put it past them to start going O-line just to throw another piece in there.
So O-line, do you mean the outside O-line, interior O-line? What are your thoughts on
interior? I think that I don't know what their plan is with McKivitz, obviously, but he was their golden guy. I don't know what their plan is for him, but to somebody, whether we have Mac for a year or we have Mac for 3 years or who knows, 5 years, whatever he plans to do, he's here for as long as the team wants to keep him here. But eventually he's going to need to be replaced. Brunskill will need to be replaced. Tomlinson will need to be, those guys they're going to have to get younger on that O-line. They're building an awesome O-line right now, but they're all getting close to their 30s. I think McGlinchey's like the youngest. Well, no, Brunskill's the youngest one, I think. But you got to start looking at those pieces moving forward. So if you're going to continue and think about the fact that we gave up 2 draft picks next season, next draft, and then a first, obviously, 2 years from now, we're going to have less picks next offseason unless we do some, draft accumulation during this draft process. So I think O-line, if those other positions aren't available, that's where they go. Or if we meet those, that will be something we have to look at further down in the 3rd or 4th round.
It's interesting that you say Colton McKivitz and replacing those guys, Brunskill, Colton McKivitz, Laken Tomlinson, and Justin School. And talking about those guys, Tony, what do you think the 49ers plans are with School and McKivitz going forward? Do you think that they don't like them as much, or do you think that they still have a lot to see?
I think they're going to have a lot to see with McKivitz. They took him in the 5th round. He was labeled as their golden domer, meaning he's like a highly regarded prospect who was drafted. I think they would honestly see him take over the right guard spot from Brunskill, but I think they're going to let them go, battle it out. And School, I mean, they're going to give him a chance to compete for the swing tackle between him and Sean Coleman. And if they add another piece in a draft or an undrafted free agent, they're going to let these guys battle out for the backup swing, for the starter, for the swing tackle position on the offensive line.
Breezy.
Tony, do you think that between School and Coleman taking the year off for COVID, do you think that will affect his football readiness and that he'll have an uphill battle against School, though?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It could. I think School could potentially have a leg up, but Sean Coleman could come in phenomenal shape and just totally, if he worked on his skill set, I don't know. But it'll be an interesting battle to see what they do. There's a couple guys in the latter part of this draft where they can draft if they don't feel comfortable with either one of those guys. I mean, there's a lot of tackles, and you can go pretty deep, maybe into, I would say, round 4, round 5, if you needed a tackle and still pick up a decent prospect. But I definitely think they're going to see what those two have. Even if they decide to move on from Sean Coleman, his contract is not fully guaranteed, so I think he's on the books for 1.175, and if they cut him, that clears. So just got to play it out.
Breezy, this is I'm going to direct this to you. We're about 10 minutes. We're going to try to talk about this for 15 minutes of needs and things like that, and then we'll move into the draft. But Mo's Knows, who is a new show as well on YouTube, guys, make sure you guys check that out. The goal with School and McKivitz is to bring in competition because they ain't it. Do you think that is 100% true? What would your percentage be on that? Do you believe that they aren't it?
I mean, School has showed some flashes, right? And McKivitz is young. It's hard to say that they're not it. I definitely agree that you're going to continue to upgrade. You're going to continue to draft. That's what the draft is for. The draft is for you to go out there and find some guys that can come in and be better than the guys you got. It breeds competition. That's what it's going to always be about. I don't care what the position is. And so, look, for me, GM and being a GM in this draft, man, like this draft is set up to where the 49ers really can address like best player available and have a really talented team going forward. I mean, they don't necessarily need any position. They don't even need to draft offensive linemen. They can still draft offensive guys next year or address it in free agency like they've been doing. And so they don't need to do anything. I think the 49ers better draft a quarterback. But as far as this, my man Mose, I'm not going to say that they're not it. They're just not better than the starters, right? And so you got to give these guys some time. But the thing I love about the NFL is your time is on a super short lease. You only get like 1 or 2 shots. And if you don't come in there and be great on those shots, then your time is slipping because the draft is right around the corner and your replacement is waiting to take your job. So maybe this breeds competition inside the camp. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. You talked about best player available, right? And we obviously, before we traded up for number 3, we were all talking about how the 49ers have set themselves up for best player available at 12, right? Now that we traded the picks that we traded, obviously not giving up anything this year, but do you still feel that the 49ers are still at that position to where they can draft best player available after number 3?
I mean, I do, but that's up to you.
Right. And I just want to check and verify with you guys and clear your mind with that. All right. So we talked about quarterback, obviously first, right? We all kind of agreed secondary cornerback is 2, right? It is a big need for this team as well moving forward. We have 9 picks in this draft. So what would you go with the round 3? We said corner or wide receiver, depending on if there was a fall.
See, both of those positions are deep in this draft, and so
I think go ahead.
I just think both are deep. I mean, it depends on which guys our new DB coach likes. Does he want them big, tall, slinky guys? And you could get a guy in the 3rd round, like my man Benjamin St. Juice. You could get him in round 3. You can get probably my man Goen from UCF in round 3. Right. And so like there's some guys out there you could get at the quarterback position. And same thing with wide receivers. It all depends on which type of wide receivers you're looking for. You want red zone guy, you want slot guys. The reason why I keep saying best player available, because like there's going to be a lot of players that fall to that 2nd round that we just didn't expect to be there. And we would never mind not hitting on the quarterback. We better be smart, because if there's a great linebacker you could get in round 2, draft a linebacker. Why not? So for me, it's always going to be that best player available on the board on the real draft. And when we do this draft, we're going to see what it comes out to be. We won't know.
I completely agree with you. Before we move on, the G-Man 420 has a $5 contribution here. Appreciate you guys. Says, hey, what's up, you guys? What do you guys think if they draft a linebacker in the 2nd round for depth? Brian, what do you think?
I didn't even know he put this up there. I wasn't paying attention. I was playing Madden. So he's thinking what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it if it's the best player available. I don't think that it's our primary need. I think that Aziz does need some competition for that will side. So if we find somebody that fits what we need, I think that Greenlaw's job's pretty locked in. I think Warner's job's pretty locked in. It's never going to hurt to have competition, but I don't think that the team needs to address that as much as they need to address cornerback and defensive end in that 2nd round.
All right. Tony, what do you think second round, or do you agree with Brian?
No, I don't think they're going to touch a linebacker in the second round. I think it's too high. I think that would become a luxury pick. They added the guy Jerry from Philly to compete with Al-Shahir. I mean, he's not much, but they added a body to compete with him. And you could pick up a linebacker in the latter part of the draft or even as an undrafted free agent, because let's not forget Al-Shahir was an undrafted free agent, and he's now starting for the 49ers. So,
right. Yeah, and I mean, we talk about how the 49ers love undrafted guys. They eat the undrafted guys up. So it'll be interesting to see what we do. Tonight, we're going to try to pick as the team. We're not going to try to pick as ourselves, right, in positions that we think. We're going to try to simulate what John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are going to do. And we'll go into the draft. Obviously, we can potentially trade if we think that there could be a trade there with us. And then we'll just keep going through the straight picks. If you guys think that we can do a trade, what we'll do is we'll rotate with you guys. I'll moderate. You guys do all the, I'll ask you guys what the pick is and things like that. And then, but we'll talk about each position. So if you think we should all agree on drafting that position, and let's talk about that guy that we're going to draft a little bit and give a little bit of background on that guy, just in case people aren't sure. Everybody cool with that?
Sounds good to me.
All right, sweet. So let's bring this up real quick. I'm going to share the screen. Let me just bring that up. Hopefully it won't mess all up on here. So, all right. You guys can see that good, or should I make it full screen?
I could see it.
Like that? Good?
Yeah.
All right. So remember, I can't see you guys. So, all right. So we're going to close this out right here. We're obviously going to pick for the NFC West, 49ers. Normal speed, 7 rounds. Let's draft. All right. So we'll talk about this. So Trevor Lawrence, obviously, first quarterback off the board from Clemson, going to Jacksonville. Zach Wilson, which we do think that the Jets are going quarterback now, obviously, because they did trade Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers, as everybody knows. So they take Zach Wilson off the board. Number 3, the 49ers are up. Where do you let's try to all agree on this. I know a lot of us like Lance. Some of us like Justin Fields. Most of us don't like Mac Jones. But where is the best fit for Kyle Shanahan's system right now? And I want to ask you guys this, right? I'm not against Mac Jones because of the fact of, the way he looks, or, because none of that means anything to me with throwing the football and accuracy and all those other things, right? He's a great athlete. To me, I think Mac Jones is not an upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he's the same type of quarterback that Jimmy Garoppolo is, as well as Matt Ryan type, Kirk Cousins type. And there was one thing that the 49ers have said they want to upgrade in those positions, right? Obviously the backup spot, and obviously the starter if they're willing to trade Jimmy Garoppolo later down the road. What are your guys' thoughts on Mac Jones? Let's talk about Mac Jones, get that out of the way first, and then we'll talk about the other 2 guys as well, and we'll draft there. So let's go Tony first, then we'll go Breezy, then we'll go Brian.
All right. So if you look off of Kyle's history, Mac Jones is the pick. I think, me personally, he is an upgrade over Jimmy. He throws with intense anticipation. He has not a stronger arm. He does have a strong arm. Jimmy has a quicker release. And mentally, between his ears, he's much more advanced than Jimmy is right now. Him coming out of Alabama and Jimmy being, year 7 or 8 in the pros. The only downside is, he plays for Alabama. So how much is this truly his talent and his skill set? He has the best wide receivers in the nation. If you look at last year's roster, there's probably going to be 4 number 1 wide receivers, including Judy with the 2 this year. So it's kind of like with that, you have to try to figure out behind that offensive line, throwing to those weapons, handing off the ball to Najee Harris. Is it the system and the talent surrounding him that makes him that good, or is it actually him? If you go basically off of the history of Kyle and what he has coached, he's the guy. I just think Kyle wants to add another twist to his quarterback room So, in my opinion, I would like to see them go after Fields. I think Fields is an all-around talent. He has a great arm. Some people say he doesn't go through his progressions, which I just can't believe because I watched him versus Clemson where he pretty much outplayed Trevor Lawrence, and he went through progression several times and got to his third read. I like his toughness. I like how he, in that game, handed the ball off on a sweep, and he ran downfield leading the running back to try to give him more room, make a block so he can continue the ball carry, then down to the end zone to get more yards. So there's a lot of positive things about him. I watched a couple films where the ball just literally just jumps off his hand. But there's one common thing with all these quarterbacks, all four, all five of them. All of them have flaws, okay? There's one of them that is potentially the right quarterback, but is too raw and Lance. And then you have Mac Jones, who is pretty much drawn to the T for a Kyle Shanahan quarterback. And then you have the two guys, I said Lance already. And then you have Fields, who has ties to Kyle with the collective quarterback, whatever that is. It's going to be a tough pick for them. And plus, all the years that I've seen this, what they've been in here for the last 4 years, they don't leak this type of information. So I don't know where the hell this shit's coming from, that Mac Jones, the guy, this, that. I just think it's the media tying it to, the Kirk Cousins type quarterback and stuff like that, the Matt Ryan type quarterback. But if they do go with Mac Jones, I think he potentially could be an upgrade over Jimmy because of his skill set and how far advanced he is between the years rather than Jimmy is not.
Right. Now, Breezy, we said we'd go with you next, but, Tony talked about Mac Jones as in, he does throw with anticipation and he does do the things right. He is smart between the ears. And I'm like I said, I'm not trying to knock on Mac Jones. I don't want people to think that, right? I just think that Mac Jones is still a guy that could have been had at the 9th position, possibly, compared to selling off to go all the way to 3, right? And my theory and thought process on this whole process is like Tony said, the Niners don't leak information. We've been, this isn't before John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan were here, where leaks got out all the time, right? So, the Niners don't, the Niners will, not leak anything, and they're going to do what they do. Look at Mike McGlinchey, right? We all talked about that. Mike McGlinchey was a surprise pick to us because of we had Trent Brown. We didn't know we were going to trade Trent Brown, like we drafted him and then traded him. So, but my thought process on Mac Jones is Kyle Shanahan. I want to see. Look, I love pocket quarterbacks, right? I just love pocket quarterbacks, guys that can stand back there. And Mac Jones is that guy, right? But I want to see this offense evolve and get better, as in a quarterback that can throw with anticipation, go through his reads, be able to take off if he needs to extend the play. Because Kyle Shanahan's system could be that much better if they had that type of guy. So this is why I'm not sold on Mac Jones, as in I want to see this team upgrade and get better in all positions and not be stagnant at something that we have in a pocket quarterback just because he's a little bit smarter than, he's smarter than Jimmy Garoppolo right now. We've seen how Jimmy Garoppolo ran this offense, right? There was times where he could do it and there was times that he couldn't. A lot of times he took a lot of sacks and crucial downs because he couldn't escape the pocket. If we have a guy like Justin Fields or a Trey Lance that can escape that pocket, how much worse or how much better does that make our offense, and how much worse does it make it for defenses? So that's my little thing on Mac Jones, but I'm not opposed to him at all as a quarterback. I think he's a great talent. But Breezy, what are your thoughts on Mac Jones and the other two guys as well?
I mean, y'all done said it all, man. Like, no, everybody probably has about the same thoughts, except for those that like Mac Jones. I mean, some people are just straight up Alabama fans. They like the guy. If you want a guy that can come in and run the system right now, that's the guy. That's the guy. It's in the discussion. Like, he's the guy that will run the system probably the best. He's not going to be flashy. He's not going to have a wow factor, but he'll come in and run the system the best. Tony said he's an upgrade over Jimmy. It's clear he's an upgrade over Jimmy from day one. Dude is healthy. He's young. So what? He got a beer belly. He doesn't get injured. I can tell you that right now. And my point is that right there makes him an upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo. He's also familiar with the system. And so when you got a guy that's familiar with the system coming in, obviously he's got to learn some of the languages and things like that. Like that is going to make him like the choice. So if that's the guy Kyle wants, I hate to say it, then that's the guy it's going to be. That's not the guy Wayne Patrick Breezy Brown want, but that's the guy Kyle wants. We're going to have to suck it up and just kind of like just make the best of it. But I think he's an upgrade. I know he's an upgrade over Jimmy without even taking one pro snap. He'll be an upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo. As far as the other guys, man, y'all know I'm Trey Lance all day. You give me a project. I'm all about project guys. And so I don't know why some of y'all are scared about taking project guys. I've seen a lot of project guys come into the NFL and do the damn thing. Even at quarterback. I've seen project guys do the thing. I tell you what, Patrick Mahomes was a project guy. I keep saying it. I know they didn't have to trade up to 3 to get him, but I guarantee you the expectations for Patrick Mahomes was to come in and do exactly what he did. But he sat a year because their team was winning, and he was able to progress in that type of an offense. And if y'all think Kyle Shanahan can't get a player to be better in a system, then y'all crazy. Y'all have no faith in our coach. As far as Justin Fields, if he is the selection for the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo will be traded on draft day. First night, Jimmy Garoppolo's out of there. Justin Fields will be the starter day freaking one. And then you'll have Rosen and backing him up. I guarantee that too. So all these guys make great picks. It's just which one do you guys want to go with? Like which guy does Kyle Shanahan want? We don't know. We know what his atypical style quarterback is, pro style quarterback. That's Mac Jones. Words written all over. Will he be different? He said he wants to be different. Will he evolve? He said he wants to evolve. But what if that's the guy? What if the guy he's plans to evolve with is Mac Jones? So it's weird, man. I know in this draft we're not drafting no damn Mac Jones. I don't care what we think the 49ers want. We're not picking Mac Jones.
All right. Kieran Pettiford, $5 donation. Appreciate you. Says, yes, Breezy. Trey all day.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about Trey's inaccuracies. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks throw incomplete passes. That doesn't necessarily make them inaccurate. Now, I get he's the most inaccurate quarterback probably in college football, but you got to also take what the daggone the defenses are asking you to do, what his position, what he was supposed to do as far as his assignments. He's not a run-first quarterback. It's just that if his guys aren't open, he's not throwing the damn ball. And when he throws the ball, he's not throwing the ball to where that ball can get intercepted. How do I know? Because he has 0 interceptions. I could care less if DBs drop passes that he threw the ball to. Jimmy Garoppolo would have had 20 more interceptions had those DBs caught those passes. But my point is, all quarterbacks have accuracy problems, right? And then somebody had a nerve today on Twitter to tag me in a video by Just Bomb where they were showing some clips from Trey Lance, and they were talking to tell me how inaccurate he was. Well, out of the 30 dropbacks, on 28 of them, there was a player in his freaking face. Like, how do you complete passes, deep passes, out route passes to players that's just like right in your face? Yeah, he missed the guy deep. There was a guy right in his grill. Remind me in the Super Bowl play. Jimmy Garoppolo had a guy in his grill. Ball's overthrown. I mean, that happens. I hate that we use this stuff to like down these quarterbacks, man. But like, just like you said, my man Justin Fields can't what? He can't read through his progressions, but you would take him. And then Trey Lance can read through progressions, but he's inaccurate. So like, it all comes down to fit, style. I think both those two guys right there will bring some type of wildness factor to the 49ers, man. And I think for the fans, we would like to see a little while. Just a little while. Not all the time while, but a little while.
All right. Brian, just give a quick breakdown on those 3 guys, and then we'll go ahead and draft who we want. We're going to all talk about that. And remember, we're going to try to draft what we think the 49ers will do.
Right, I think it's pretty much all been really said. There's only a couple of things that I would like to add, and that's that I agree with Tony, and I think that Alabama their team kind of maybe shadowed over like the things that Mac Jones can't do, or he was benefited from the team that he played for. And conversely, I think that Lance suffered for the team that he played for because he plays in a conference that the competition is not as great. He might not have had 0 interceptions if he played with cornerbacks who were tier 1 quarterbacks.
Yeah, but you said might.
Might, you're right. Might this
right. So he might have not. So like
take the time to tie. He was tying his career to whomever they're picking. If I'm Kyle, then I'm not tying it to Lance because the ceiling may be astronomical, but we don't know what his floor is. That's my problem with Lance. I don't think he could end up being the best one out of the bunch, but I don't know what his floor is because I haven't seen him against what I consider true tier 1 competition. That's my only flaw with him. Now, back to Mac Jones. I mean, I know that a lot of people talk about, they want to body shame him or whatever, and I don't care about that part other than the fact that if you're not taking care of your body, then you're not taking the game as seriously as it needs to. But I think there's some flaws in his character as well. I mean, I know he had a DUI. They've kind of tried to downplay that. It hasn't been huge in the media. But also think, where was Mac Jones before the offseason began? He was a second-round draft pick at best. He's only become a darling since Chris Sims mentioned him as number 3 out of his top 5. So all of a sudden he moved up. And his pro days were both crap. So I don't think that he is the guy. I honestly think it's going to be Justin Fields with his moon ball. A lot of people talk about his processing speed, but if you go back and you watch some of those, he does progress. Maybe he doesn't do it all the time at 100%, where they want him to do like Mac Jones is doing. But I think he's going to be the guy, and he's going to bring a little wow factor. And if I'm Kyle, that's who I'm hitching my pony to.
I agree. I mean, Justin Fields and Trey Lance, I think, Breezy, I agree with you that Trey Lance is a project guy. If we're going to keep Jimmy Garoppolo here, I think that's the best bet for whoever we draft, as in, obviously if we don't get, supposedly the rumor is a first-round pick, I mean, shit, I'll let him go for a second, possibly even a third. But, if we don't get rid of him, it's kind of just sit back, learn, and take things in. And I think that's the way that the NFL should be, right? I do think that, a lot of guys are successful when they do sit behind somebody to where they can get, just being in the NFL under their feet. It doesn't matter, if they're playing or things like that, but learning the NFL, learning the route, like the routine of being in the NFL. But I just think that, I do, I like Trey Lance, but Trey Lance reminds me a lot of, I don't even want to say his name. He reminds me a lot of Cap. He's a run-first type quarterback. He likes to take off. That's not what I want, right? And that's not saying that I don't want to see that in our quarterback's game. But I don't want a guy who's just going to take off when the play breaks down. I want a guy that's going to move around in the pocket and let his receivers do their job and get open and throw the football downfield. Now, obviously, if you get a first down, it's good, right? We all cheered for Cap when he took off and he run, 80 yards for touchdowns against Green Bay Packers or 40 yards for a touchdown here and there. But I don't want our offense to be just that, right? So I want to be able to move our receivers up, as in being able to catch the ball deep or being able to just grow in their sense. And when your quarterback keeps the football, you slow down the process of them growing, right? We have 2 good guys here in Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, right, as receivers. And then we go and talk about, that's Trey Lance. Then we go and talk about Justin Fields, and people are saying, oh, he's got issues processing and this and that. Look, I don't see it. Is there flaws? Yes. But I don't see it as a crazy flaw as in him going through progressions, because most of the time it's the same as Mac Jones. That first or second read are always open. What does Kyle Shanahan do best? He gets his first and number 1s and number 2s open very fast. That's what this system runs through, right? I would like a guy, obviously, that can read a defense. Obviously, they can go through progressions. But I also want a guy, when I talk about extending a play, I don't mean taking off and running for 15, 20 yards. Yes, I'm going to take that, but I don't want to see that every single time, like all the time. Because, A, you're putting your future at risk with injuries. Look at RG3. Lamar Jackson has been getting banged up. Those type of guys are getting banged up in the NFL. I don't want to see that. I don't want to waste 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick.
Bro, this the NFL, bro. All them cats gonna be doing that shit. If you got a quarterback that do that, they all gonna do that. That Justin Fields runs a 4-3-4. He'd be dumb as fuck if he don't sit there and take off and run when the play break down and his wide receiver is not open.
No. That I agree with that.
But it's going to happen, is what I'm saying. It's
Right.
not that whether it's a run pass first, run first. It's what the play dictates. The reason why Trey Lance ran a lot was because the plays weren't open. And so he decided to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead. It's 30 yards. There's nobody here. So I'm going to take off and run. He reads defense as well. So I don't understand what we're saying. All these quarterbacks get through their progressions. But my point is, if the play says run 30 yards, you run the damn 30 yards. That's what you're supposed to do. You, as a quarterback, you keep the drive alive. If you can throw it to a receiver and your receivers are open, you throw the ball. Like, I think all the quarterbacks can do that. I just think that if the defense dictates what the quarterback is going to do, let the quarterback take off and run. I guarantee you the defense won't let that happen again. Then your wide receivers are going to be wide the fuck open. Like that's exactly what we want.
Crazy, you're taking it as I'm saying don't run. I'm not saying that, but I don't want to see.
Bro, all I'm saying is if that's what if you're playing a game, bro, and the defense is allowing you to run, right? They're saying run. I dare you to run. You run. If they're giving up the space for you to run, you run, right? And so, and I hate that we compare Trey Lance to Cap and you compare him to RG3. Yo, he's a different quarterback, different mentality, different arm, different speed. Like he's just different and different body. He's 225, 6'4", different body frame. He's supposed to be a linebacker. You want to know why he went to North Dakota? It's because they wanted him to play linebacker at Minnesota and all the other D1 schools. He wanted to play quarterback. And so he went to a school that was going to allow him to play quarterback. It's not his fault that he's in that type of a league. So I hate when we say, oh, he didn't play against his competition or whatever. They wouldn't let him play quarterback where he went. They want him to be a linebacker.
Why is that?
Because they wanted him to be a linebacker.
Why did they want him to be a quarterback? That's what I'm asking. I don't know. That's what I'm asking because it seems like you know more about Trey Lance.
Because they looked at his body type and they felt he would be better on a scholarship as a linebacker.
He bet he'd be successful as a quarterback.
And he was successful as a quarterback somewhere else. Like what? Like the dude has 28 touchdowns, 14 rushing ones, and 0 interceptions in his young collegiate career. Like I don't care who he played against. Like that's something you should. That's
right.
Good.
But we also shouldn't just be looking at stats. Like
we're not just looking. Thing. We're not just looking at. All right, man.
I'm just saying
because we got to look at stats with all the guys because Mac Jones got the best stats out of every quarterback in the draft. Correct.
But he has a lot of flaws compared to
all the quarterbacks. Got a lot of flaws, bro.
Right, exactly. But that's what we're saying. I just don't agree with your take on Lance compared to my take. You want a guy that's going to be willing to take off and run the ball down the field. 30
I want a guy that's going to be willing to keep a play alive. That's what I want. Because I'm tired of watching quarterbacks like that. The players we got, I'm tired of watching the play just die. Trey Lance don't like to get sacked. I don't know about Justin Fields. I don't know about Zach Wilson, who I think is too small of a guy to be in this division. He'll get hurt. All I'm saying is he doesn't like that. Trey Lance plays under the center, bro. Play action pass all day. That's Kyle Shanahan all day. And when he plays under center, he's more successful than he is in shotgun. A lot of his incompletions or inaccuracies come because he has to line up in the shotgun. So I think if things are all said and done, and you saying we call him a project quarterback or whatever, I guess all these guys could sit 1 year because Jimmy Garoppolo at the end of the day starting the quarterback, right? And so I think it would be dope if all these guys can kind of like just sit for 1 year, like you said, get back to the old school style of football where you groom these guys and let these guys like learn the nuances of football and don't go through all that rookie crap and put that pressure on them mentally, right? Or physically, and then they'll have some years and be a la Aaron Rodgers, who had the luxury. I think the 49ers, the one thing we're not talking about is the 49ers have the luxury to do that with whatever quarterback they choose. They have that luxury.
They do until Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt. I mean,
I'm
that's just being
I'm not
honest.
putting that juju on him, Ricky Bobby.
No, but I'm just saying that's being honest. I mean, that's the role that Jimmy Garoppolo has played here, right? And that's one of the biggest reasons that we need to upgrade. You've even heard the GM and Kyle say that, like specifically. Like,
what does that mean? Have they told us what that meant? Does anybody know?
I have no
That's
clue.
my point exactly. That's my point.
Upgrading the quarterback position?
They upgrade positions, period. Like they never.
They want somebody to come in and make throws and make plays.
Okay.
That's the issue.
So make throws and make plays. That's two different things, right?
Well, this is the way you got to look at it. We had three different offenses for three different quarterbacks. Okay.
True.
We had when Jimmy was in, it was tunnel screens, quick hitches, get the ball out of his hand fast, use his strength to the game plan. Then you had Nick Mullins come in, more traditional, drop back pocket passer, throwing the ball downfield, couldn't make the throws. That's why he's not here no more as of now. CJ Beathard now is in
Jacksonville.
Yeah. Jacksonville signed him to a 2-year deal to back up whoever they pick at first. So basically what the issue is, and the reason why one play caught my eye last year when CJ was in the game, and it was split backs. CJ was in the backfield. He faked to the running back going to his right, and then the back on the right side of him crossed him to the left, and it was a design run with CJ Beathard. Seeing that makes me think Kyle wants to open up this playbook and bring in a more mobile quarterback than just a strict pocket passer. Now, you made very valid points about Trey Lance. Trey Lance right now, if you're asking for a quarterback who can do what Kyle expects from a quarterback, snaps under center, play action fake, turn his head to the defense, snap it back around, reassess the defense, and make a throw, it's Trey Lance. If you're asking for a quarterback to sit there in the pistol or the shotgun and just, get the snap, make his throws, use his brain, use his strength to analyze the defense, throw in anticipation, that's Mac Jones. If you're looking for a quarterback that is a fast quarterback who runs a 4.4 in Fields that could sit in the shotgun, do the play action fake, still run the ball on a designed run off of an action fake or roll the pocket on a naked bootleg or sit there and make a throw downfield, Fields is your guy. So all three of these quarterbacks, well, I'm saying these three because I'm kind of saying that the first two are going to be the first two taken, Trevor Lawrence and Wilson. I think they're going to be going 1 and 2 respectively. I just feel that each of these guys can technically do it, but I think the full package would – you got to remember, Kyle's tired of Kyler Murray running all over the place. He's tired of Russell Wilson running all over the place. How many times has this defense took it in the chin?
We hope so, Tony.
For a late hit when the quarterback slides and the defender hits him. 15-yard penalty, right? Well, guess what? Maybe Kyle wants to do that now. Maybe he wants to take advantage of a mobile quarterback. So you know what? That opens the door for Fields. It's not a knock against Lance because I know you really like Lance Breezy, and Mac Jones is Mac Jones. He does have his red flags off the field and his commitment, his pro day. He wasn't locked in and dialed in like this is his future and trying to make a statement going forward. I just feel like the tie to the collective quarterback camp, they know this kid, how he's wired mentally. They probably put him on a board, worked with him on a whiteboard at that age, coming out of high school at 17 years old, which is only 4-5 years ago, the max. You got to just kind of put 2 and 2 together and reading between the lines. It's not a knock against Lance. I think by them trading up and mortgaging 2 first-round picks plus a third, this guy's coming in day one to take the reins of his offense. That's just my opinion.
And I agree with that. And I've been saying that. I said, what did I just say? If Justin Fields is the selection, Jimmy will be traded on draft day, right? And he will be starting day one. When people sit there and say I don't bring any knowledge to the show, it doesn't really bother me because you just don't know shit. And so I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about with Trey Lance, and I know what I'm talking about in Justin Fields. I get that Justin Fields right now is the better package. I'm not a dumb motherfucker. I totally get that. I'm just looking forward to who's going to have that higher ceiling. That's why Brian said earlier on the show, he has the lowest floor, and I'm scared to draft that guy because I just don't know what I'm going to get right now. I know what I might get in the future, but I ain't waiting for the future. So at the end of the day, y'all can kiss my ass, and that's what we're going to leave it at that. But I'm back to the show. What I'm trying to say is this, Tony, I agree with you, Nick and Brian. Justin Fields will be the guy. The funny thing is, if Justin Fields is not there, then what the fuck y'all going to do? Right. And so that's the question we should be having. Because if Justin Fields is drafted 1 or 2, then what are we talking about? Mac Jones? Because nobody likes Trey Lance.
Oh, because if he's drafted 1 or 2, that means Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson wasn't taken.
If Trevor Lawrence is there, you take Trevor Lawrence. But are you taking
if Wilson's there too? They would.
See, I'm scared to take Wilson, and I know that they will. But something about Wilson doesn't resonate right in the NFC West.
And
I don't know
these
if that
quarterbacks. All these quarterbacks are the same. Yes, there's a lot of yes, but then there's the no, and that's the tough part to projecting it to the next level. All these guys have talent, and they're all these guys have their strengths in their own ways. Like I told you, with Lance playing under center, that's huge. That's the staple in Kyle's offense. But if you look at the Shanahan history, John Elway made plays with his legs. Steve Young made plays with his legs.
Even Jay Cutler made plays with his legs.
Not to the extent of those two, but
but I'm just saying you can move.
I was gonna say no, not to the extent of those guys.
No, but he can extend and keep a play alive because he beat our ass. Because y'all don't remember that game with him and Brandon Marshall and they torched Jimmy Ward. That was Jay Cutler getting outside the pocket and throwing to Brandon Marshall for like 45 touchdowns. Like that's what he did.
It's not only going outside the pocket; it's them taking the ball and using their legs to get downfield and pick up a first down. Jimmy doesn't do that. Doesn't do it. None of these quarterbacks do it. They hit them. They hit their back step. They hitch, and that's it. Either they throw it or they take a sack.
I agree.
If you want to do the pick, it's up to you guys. Whatever you want.
Yeah, let's move into the pick real quick, and because the next picks are going to go pretty fast. I mean, this is probably the most, where we would battle against not knowing who to take, right? Because this is a really crucial pick.
Mariah asked how much time is on the clock.
There's only 2 people in the world and a family possibly that know what's going to happen at 3.
Only 2, bro. Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean.
And that's how you say, how the hell is ESPN saying this?
Right.
Well, we don't like Nick was saying earlier, the Niners don't leak. So there's no reason for the information to be out there. And again, look at where the board was stacked prior to the offseason. And now you're seeing everybody start moving around just like we did with the combine. And people get all like, ooh, I'm going to do my workout for the combine. And they flap the chart. And then they're a bust in the NFL because they didn't go off game. They went off the combine results. And now they're going off pro day results.
I hear you, bro. Loud and clear.
But for me, it's Fields, so I don't know what you guys want to do.
I'm good on Fields, man. Don't look. This is a team thing, right? This is not a breezy thing, so I'm good. If we feel like the team is going to draft Fields, let's go ahead and draft Fields. He's there. I feel like you know what I think? I think John Lynch wants Justin Fields and Kyle Shanahan wants Mac Jones. That's what I think. So go ahead and let's draft Justin Fields.
All right, let's draft. Everybody agrees on that?
Fields, yeah.
Fields? All right, let's draft him. All right. We're moving on. All right, so the Niners take Justin Fields with number 3 pick overall. We've already broke these guys down.
It's going to take forever. I told you to put this joint on super fast.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll go fast. All right, so let's talk about our next what's that?
No, it's not. It's not us. It's this. The thing is just going to simulate. It takes a while. It takes a minute.
Yeah. So we talked about cornerback next and receiver, right? So we'll look at once we get to this, we'll look at round 1 and see what was taken, and then we'll go from. Let's make this full screen there too, so people can see it. And
God. Oh God.
No.
We got a trade offer, guys.
Hell no.
Definitely not with those guys.
Rejects. All right.
Oh my God, this guy's still there.
All right, so let's say Trey Lance came off the board at 4, Rashawn Slater, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Panay Sewell, Mac Jones at 9, Patrick Surtain, Devontae Smith. Well, we were talking about corners, right? So let's talk Greg Newsome the second, J.C. Horn came off at 15. Kyle Pitts, to Arizona. Oh, God.
I just can't see him falling that far, but okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any trades, guys. I just want to draft. Let's just draft straight up.
Yeah, we are. I'm just looking at the corners right here. Caleb Farley came off 28th. All right, so let's look at corners that are left. Isaiah Dunn is still there. Antonio Phillips, Bryce Thompson, Brandon Eccles.
Why are you
Nick, you're at the bottom of the list. You're in the 300s.
Go back to the top.
Right there. It's
Go
there.
to your all.
Oh,
You want to go all? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what best players are available, bro.
Oh my God.
Yo, I'm going edge. I want Jalen Phillips.
Breezy.
Get out my bank, Tony. Get out my bank, dog.
no, that's perfect because we talked about the cornerback depth being there this draft. So
Breezy, I sent you that mock, bro. I sent you that mock.
Wait a minute. Go back and watch Nitty Gritty Niners shows because I've been preaching about this kid on Nitty.
Yeah.
Yo, his story is amazing, yo. Like his story is like. Can I just talk about his story real quick, just in case for the people that don't know?
We make your pick and then talk about it.
Yeah. Can we?
Everybody agrees.
Brian, you
Jalen
good?
Phillips for edge from Miami, right?
Absolutely.
Click on the clipboard. Oh, never mind.
All right. So
We all agree, right? So
Yeah.
let's just talk about it real quick. Why this
Matter
goes
of
up?
fact,
for our next
Jalen
pick.
Phillips was on the UCLA team with your boy Josh Rosen, man, and he got the strip sack to give Rosen the ball back for the UCLA to win that game. Jalen Phillips ended up getting into a crazy car accident and just couldn't get right. Dude became a freaking rapper, lost all the weight. Like, dude looked like a skinny Drake, like the old Drake, like real talk. Dude got wasn't even playing football. Coach called him down from the University of Miami, had like a little connection there, called him up, was like, yo, would you like to come play football again? He was like, you serious? He's like, man, this kid was skinny. I'm talking like 185 pounds soaking wet. Look at that kid now, yo. When I tell you that he put in the time to get his body back right. And yes, what's my man? Greg Russo. Yes, he sat out this season. That opened up the door for Jalen Phillips to start. Jalen Phillips balled out this year, yo. Oh man, I'm telling you. Yo, if he's available, man, I ain't gonna curse no more. I used all my curse words for the month. But listen,
Right?
if he's available, man, I'm telling you. All right, what you got going on, bro?
All right, so
that's
we got a
specifically-
trade here. Obviously, we're not going to do anything but pick 102 and pick 180 for pick 137 and 2022's Tampa Bay 4th and Tampa Bay's 5th in 2022.
I ain't trying to help those guys out.
Right?
Right?
So, everybody agrees we're rejecting this, right?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Best all available. Hey, there's Davis Mills, boys. All right. Where are you guys thinking right now?
Well, if
Who's the best cornerback that you got? Scroll down a little bit. I just want to
Best
see
corner that is on
our
here.
BPA.
why does this look like a different draft than I use? This is not
Michelle.
PFF.
No, I'm not using PF. This is PFN.
Oh man, I gotta check this one out. All right. I was
Robert Rochelle,
nah.
All right, go back to the
Central
top.
Arkansas.
If you go, can you go to all DBs though?
Yeah.
I just want to
Defense.
see which ones are available. There's my boy St. Juice
St.
right
Juice,
there,
yep.
man.
Oh, Keith Taylor's there too.
I feel like we could get him later though, B.
Well, so what do we got? 150,
We got 180. We got
150 something, right?
155.
155.
That's a tall order to make sure we're hanging out. How many? So 1, 2,
53
3,
picks.
4, 5. Oh man. Okay, go back to your all, I guess.
Look at Mose. Mose knows. He just made a good point.
Yeah, I
What
like
do you
him
say?
too. That Surratt kid out of North Carolina.
I
didn't
mean,
see
there's some
it.
good
Oh,
picks
yeah,
up there. There's that tight end I was talking about out of Notre Dame, yo.
Yeah.
His
So-
run block grade is like a 98, yo. Like, can you imagine having 2 run blocking tight ends, man?
Newman, Rochelle, Sermon. We already picked up edge, though.
I
Tony,
do
what
like
do you think,
Gainwell,
Tony?
but I don't know if y'all are up to drafting a running back. See, I'm a best player available type guy, and Gainwell is available, and boy, oh boy, will he fit this offense. Oh man,
I don't know if they'll pull the trigger that high on
a running back. I know. We thinking about the team. I know. Hey, I got a tidbit, yo. If John Lynch had to pull the trigger and got Justin Fields, and that wasn't the guy Kyle want, Kyle's gonna draft Davis Mills from Stanford. It's gonna be like that Washington draft all over again. Don't you do it.
No, Gainwell's good, I guess. I mean, we do need another body there at running back. And because you can't think that Wilson and Mostert, they may be the future, but I would think that they're going to be looking for a replacement for Mostert in the next year or two. So it's not going to hurt the draft.
I just want them to not take, if we can get another guy in here that can take off some of the pounding. We are going to get Hasty back too. Right. And we also signed Austin Walter, but one of them guys is going to be on the practice squad.
Yep. But I just in this window of personnel, I'm not, or of draft, people. I'm
with you.
I'm just not seeing somebody who jumps off the page for me. But I do, I see reasons to draft Gainwell. I see reasons to draft Trimble. I would say further, there was another one down further too that I like too, but
I like Trimble. Darius Washington is not bad neither. I like him. Scroll down a little bit, Nick. Safety out of TCU. We got mad safeties. Ugh.
Do you think that? Do you agree with this, Breezy? That Sermon is below Gainwell because he's right. Sermon's right there.
I'm not
You're talking about running back.
Yeah, look, them Ohio State.
Sermon's more of an every down back compared to.
But let me can I just say this about Ohio State running backs? When have they ever flaked in the NFL? And don't say Carlos Hyde, because I just think he was in the wrong system.
No, Ohio State produces good running backs and corners.
Yeah, and safety
backs and their secondary.
Yeah.
Does anybody know if Surratt was an inside or outside linebacker?
Outside.
But will he be better at Will or Sam?
My man Mark says we should draft Trey Sermon, yo. I would take him over Gainwell.
I know he has more name recognition, but I was just curious how you thought his metrics fell out.
I think if you're looking for more of a 3-down guy, Sermon's your guy over Gainwell.
But see, is that what the 49ers are going to be looking for? Not now, but maybe for the future, because that's what we're talking about, right?
Right. And I mean, personally, I don't think the Niners – I'm with Tony on this. I don't think the Niners go that high.
Right.
Oh, not a running back. Yeah.
A running back. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Can you go back to the
I like the defensive tackle out of Texas A&M, Bobby Brown, too. There's some guys.
I like that.
Brian, what were you saying? I couldn't hear you.
Go back to Surratt and look at his clipboard and see if there's any amplified data on that. Got to go back up. Oh, Snowden's down there too. Damn it.
Chad Surratt out of North Carolina. Let's see. 3 down. Let's just go to the negatives.
Not big or stout. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Easily sealed from action and gets out of position by blocks. More of a drag down tackler. Tony, what are your thoughts on this position?
Honestly, I think that where we're at right now, I'm thinking that Trimble might be the best pick if you're going to go BPA for what's available right there.
I definitely think adding another tight end would be awesome. It's like adding an extension of an offensive lineman too.
Right, but you got to remember we just extended Dwelly. Kittle has a big contract.
Yeah, but they all can be used differently, and so, I hear you. I mean,
Tony,
we got safeties for days too, but that don't mean we might not draft one.
You can go two different ways right here. You can do the Tremble, but I think it's a little too high to go tight end here. I mean, you can go Surratt. If you go down a little bit, I saw Royce Newman in there who could play guard at the next level.
Newman.
Yeah, from Ole Miss.
There's so many different ways you can go.
Well, let's think where the Niners are going. So far, we took a
Right. So what are you trying to replace next? I mean, you got to think about, you need some competition for Aziz. We do need more at tight end. I know that we're talking about building the interior line, for future. That would be a good one too, I guess. I mean, I don't know anything about that kid, Tony.
But
I
then
do.
Darius Washington is catching my eye.
I would say go with the safety.
He's a safety, right? Yeah.
I would say go with the safety. Tart's on a 1-year deal. If this kid comes in and balls out, you don't have to bring back Tart. You have his replacement. Like,
Small. What's his? Hold on, I can pull up his stuff. What is this? De'Aaron Washington. Let's see.
yeah.
Safety. Go down to my safeties.
See, we gotta watch film on these guys because they play different than what these stat sheets, these little.
He's small though, man.
But he plays big. He plays big.
I have him on my board as like
I
number
like
9
Wiggins.
safety
I like
overall.
Wiggins out of Cincinnati too.
Tony, what's your thoughts, man? Corner, safety, running back.
Go back to the best available.
All.
That's the top right there.
I don't think they're going to do running back. It's too high. Surratt could be a strong possibility if they want to really bring it in a competition with Aziz. He's a run and chase, sideline to sideline linebacker that fits our system, but is it too high for them? Honestly, what I would do, I don't think running back's the guy right now. I would go the guard route, bring him in, have him compete with the three of them at the right guard spot. And, a year or two down the road, you could have 2 starting guards under contract for cheap between McKivitz and Royce Newman if they don't extend Tomlinson.
I know this is not this. Does he fit the zone scheme?
Yeah, he can get out.
All right.
He can get out.
That's all I care about.
Can you just do a quick scan between where we're at now and down to one, like whoever's ranked at 155 or whatever through all, and just make sure we're not missing any obvious people before our next pick? Whoa.
What?
Nothing. It was just super fast.
Yeah, there's a lot of people behind, but I mean, now you're going to talk about reaching.
Well, sure. That's why I'm saying, was there anybody that stands out that we think that is mislabeled in here, that we think should be higher?
I say take the best player available, but I'm down for going with the guard. So I say go Gainwell or get the tight end. We got 3 on paper.
Yeah, I'm good with the guard if you guys want to go that route.
We going guard here?
Yeah, everyone's go with it.
Royce Newman, right? That's who you wanted?
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss? All right. There he is. Tony, tell us a little bit about Royce Newman, real quick.
He played tackle. He's projecting to slide into guard. He showed the ability to get out to the second level and seal off blocks with. They used Elijah Moore as almost like a Debo type wide receiver, where they would do those reverses with him, and he would get out to the second level and seal the edge. He's not an overpowering. He's not a road grader, which is not required to be in our system. He's more of a finesse guard. So, I mean, that's why I went with him because in my opinion, I think there's a pretty much a drop off for the zone fit guards after him. Like you look at Aaron Banks, he's more of a physical power man blocking scheme. David Moore is a more bigger physical blocker. Hainsey could potentially play a little bit of a zone. So that's why I recommend that we go with him. Now, honestly, I would pull up your all and see what our best available is right now because someone should be lurking right around here, which would fill another need for this team.
I like Patrick Jones. We already addressed the edge. I like
scroll down next.
Washington is still there.
You should have the receivers, Shoe, whatever his name is, from from South Carolina.
There's Wiggins.
Shi Smith.
Yeah, Shi Smith. That's my dude.
We still need to address corner, though.
Can we go see what cornerbacks are available?
Yep.
Oh, there's Keith Taylor still there.
Oh, out of Washington. Yep.
He had a good
117, and we pick again at 155.
He had a good Senior Bowl. I'm afraid St. Juice is going to be gone by the time we pick again, even though he's further down than 155.
I just like he had a great Senior Bowl, and so he was like locked down corner in the Senior Bowl, bro. I think that stands up. He reminds me of a Keller Witherspoon as far as stature and size, but he closes out on the ball. Like I said, his Senior Bowl game was pretty good. So
you said he reminded you of Akello.
He reminds me because of the way his physical, like tall, lanky, like, you know, get that hand in there at the last second type thing.
Do you guys see anybody here at corner? Or do you think let's say team needs?
I like St. Juice. I like Keith Taylor.
Quarterback.
Just feel like this is a good position to take a cornerback.
Defensive tackle. What?
I just feel like this spot in the draft between, this one and the pick before would have been a good spot to pick cornerback, but this draft board has them lower than what I've been seeing. So
I really like the St. Juice guy. If we're going to go corner, I really like that kid.
And I wouldn't complain about him over Taylor. He's an inch taller. He just balled out, like you said. So
I be trying to tell you about the Michigan boys out there, man. they ballers. They didn't have a quarterback. I don't care.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't be drafting no Michigan boys.
I hear you, bro.
I'm just joking.
He's Minnesota, not Michigan.
No. They're talking about my man, Chris Evans, running back. He'll probably go undrafted, and that'll be a guy Kyler signed to the 49ers.
All right, Tony, you agree with corner here?
Yeah, whatever you guys decide.
Right,
can
so
we get St. Juice? I think
right. So just got to be careful because you might say we're reaching right here because we do have a pick at 155.
Yeah, but they're not grading us at the end of this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I like St. Juice.
Sure.
St. Juice.
Juice.
All right, St. Juice it is. I would have probably took Shi Smith there. I'm hoping he don't come off the board.
I still like Grimes.
He's gonna come off at like 153.
There's gonna be some
Nick, click the all so you can see how they're popping off as they're going.
Mm-hmm.
They're shy. Oh shit. I told you one like
Cardinals.
153.
Oh, and
the
then
Cardinals
Diablo's
he went to the Cardinals.
Damn it.
All right, here. So what have we addressed so far? We got edge, we got quarterback, we got cornerback, and what did we take? Click on the 49er symbol on the logo. You should be able to show, yeah. Oh, guard, that's right.
Five picks left.
All right. I like Snowden myself.
Who?
Snowden. If you want to go with linebacker, Darby.
There's some wide receivers there too. So
you go back and look at the all, but
go back, look at all.
What did you have? What was there for wide receivers?
Ohio State has some good linebackers too.
Out of those right there, I think Charles Snowden might be the BPA just at the level on the board.
Mm-hmm.
But if we want to scroll down, we can see what kind of wide receivers other than Cade Johnson are available.
I like that Josh kid, man. like Josh Endigan, whatever his name is, yo. That kid's fast and he could jump out the gym.
I like that Shaka Tony too, but we already picked up Edge. So.
Is he still there? Can you go to wide receivers?
Yeah, go to
Wide receivers coming up. K. Johnson, Whoop Filer.
Josh Palmer is another guy. Frank Darby, Josh
I like
Ema,
Grimes and Darby. I like both those guys.
the kid out of Illinois. That kid can jump. Did you see his vertical?
What's our next one? 182 or something?
Our next one
180, right?
is 172.
172 and then
Okay.
180.
Yeah, I think you can scroll back up and just take BPA, but that's just my 2 cents.
Trayvon Grimes out of Florida is there. We can get a wide receiver, guys. We don't have to draft one now. I like
Right.
Daz Newsome out of
The
North
next pick will be
Carolina.
wide receiver.
Daz Newsome can play the slot.
What you thinking there, Tony boy?
Pull up the centers.
Michael Minay should be the Mike, whatever his name is.
I think
There he is out of Penn State.
Morrissey's way down there though.
I like Mike. I like Mike. I like this kid.
He could be a possibility here. Because the guy I like, he went already. Drew Dahlman from Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
This guy Manette is pretty good, and Morrison's pretty good as well from Pitt.
Yeah. I just think we can get them later.
Morrison
Saying later.
I don't
I
think
think
Manette
we have 2 more picks before we get to 200. I think like this one, I think we should go BPA, and then the next pick should be wide receiver, and then you could pick up Morrissey before we break the 200 with the 180 pick, I think. If you like that guy. I'm just really sold on Snowden. I was surprised to see him
Snowden.
there.
That's what you want. Grab Snowden.
Well, I want it to be general consensus. I mean, if you're looking at the top
I
5,
don't know if Snowden fits us though.
Yeah, mostly says he's more of a 3-4 linebacker.
Yeah, he definitely is more of a 3-4 linebacker. Who said that?
Mose.
and Mose knows.
I can't see the comments, so you guys gotta let me know.
He's a
if there's
bigger guy. He's like 6'5", I think.
Yeah,
He's a big dude.
Yeah, let me go over here. I can pull it up.
I like the center, guys,
I feel like we're reaching there though, but it's whatever.
but we're not. It's only 4. He's 159. We had 155.
You're talking about Minute or whatever. Minette.
Yeah, Minay.
Minay. Oh, he's not even in there.
Who else is there? Troy.
Or
Is that
position?
Troy Hill?
who was it? I couldn't hear you.
Hill, go up.
Hill's down here.
I like Daz Newsome too, man.
No, the kid from
That-
Georgia.
That's the kid.
Yeah, I'm all the way up right here for all.
He's all the way up.
I'm all the way up.
I'm good. Whatever you want to go. If everybody says that the Snowden's not a fit, then let's roll with the center there in Minay.
Just need
Good.
a final answer from you guys on what we're doing.
I think the center is the general consensus.
The center.
I say go with the center, man. If not,
159.
You agree?
Yeah,
All right. Monet, right?
yeah.
All right.
It's done now.
Moving on. Tell us a little bit about Michael Monet.
He's a three-year starter, I believe, at Penn State. He
Penn
played in his
State.
own system where he would get to the second level, cut off the backside linebackers. He's really a student of the game. Very knowledgeable, took control of the offensive line. He wasn't my top guy. Dahlman was my top guy, and Drake Johnson, but we missed out on him, so I took the next center in line, which would be him.
All right,
All
sounds
right,
good.
stick over to O there.
It also says it says he has great outstanding awareness and does a great job quarterbacking the offensive line. keeps his head on the swivel, works well with line mates, and plays nasty football. Explosive at the point, squares into opponents, and blocks with terrific pad level. Isn't that the kind of center we like? One that can navigate and quarterback the offensive line, be a
And
good guy.
He'll be learning from one of the best.
Alex, exactly.
All right, so we're at pick 172.
Let's get us a slot guy, man. Let's get us a wide receiver. There's a few guys here, man. You got Surratt, Daz Newsome. Daz Newsome is the kid I like, but Surratt is there.
I like Grimes, but
Grimes is there. Forgot Grimes is there out of Florida.
Darby's good too.
Eh.
But I like Grimes over the Darby. But I don't know anything about that Newsome kid.
Daz Newsome out of North Carolina?
Yeah.
I like it.
Haven't got to him.
So negatives on Grimes is really doesn't play to his 40 time and plays to 1 speed, must improve his route running, has occasional lapses in concentration.
Yeah.
I was looking at him more of like a red zone target because he's tall.
He's tall, yeah.
Let me see if I have him on my Sage. He's 6'3", 206. He ran a 4.69. Grimes ran a 4.49, 6'4", 220.
Mm-hmm.
What about the hands there? He's a little bit bigger hands. He put up 3 more reps. About the same vert. And Surratt had he didn't participate in that. Sorry, I was wrong on that one. So actually, where'd it go? Newsome, there we go. So he had a 10-1, and yep, so their broad jump's about the same. And 7.38, and Grimes was 6. Athletically, just off of their pro days, Grimes had a better pro day, but like I said, I don't know anything about. I didn't watch anything on Newsome, so it's really. Tony, what are your thoughts on those two?
I'm a Darby guy. I've been saying Darby for the longest. I like Grimes. Because he's a more bigger physical wide receiver, but I do think the Niners need a true slot guy. I think Darby could play inside, outside, and just listen, guys. When they scouted Ayuk last year, Darby was on the field with him.
Right.
It's just like the same year with Ayuk when who was the kid New England took the wide receiver?
N'Keal Harry.
Neil.
Yeah, when N'Keal Harry wasn't there, what was there? Ayuk took the back seat. N'Keal Harry left, Ayuk became the guy. Darby came in when Ayuk left, Darby became the guy. He's a productive receiver. He brings swag to the game. I like Darby, but whatever you guys want to do, I'm for it.
How did he play any special teams?
That I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think I've seen him take any returns or anything.
I'm just like, if we're looking for a slot guy, but then hurt, shows up not hurt. And
so Darby ran a 4.56. He doesn't have that elite speed.
I just like when I watch the Senior Bowl practices. I just like Darby.
So Darby's a little shorter, a little lighter. He didn't run as fast. He's got similar hands. He did a couple more reps. They have similar vert and broad jump. He's a little bit shorter, obviously, so that wasn't quite as far. And 3-cone was about the same. So all the 3 of those guys are really similar as far as their physical characteristics, with Darby being the smaller of the 3. They're really going to come down to
Williams is a pretty decent receiver. If you want a real slot guy, I think you would look at Dax Milne from BYU. He worked the slot over there. Josh Inmore, I'm not even going to try to say that last name, from Illinois. He's a free transfer. I believe he transferred there from, I want to say USC. I'm not 100. I know he transferred from a different program into Illinois. He's the guy, Breezy, you just mentioned about that jumped through the ceiling for the vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that
route.
whichever receiver we go with needs to be able to play special teams, I think.
Yeah, that's why I like Daz Newsome, man, because he
Well,
can
then
play special
let's do
teams.
that then. I'm good with that. I think that's a caveat we need to start looking at with this later round picks is making sure that they're special team players too.
And then remember, he's a 4.38 guy too. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you're gonna have some speed.
So what are you guys saying here?
Is that Simi guy still there?
Simi?
No, he's gone.
Simi Foucault.
Simi right
Oh no,
here.
he's there
Foucault.
out of Stanford. We
Yeah,
didn't look
he's
at him.
there. All right, so we're down to Darby, Simi,
Daz.
Daz. Those were your three. So what do you guys think?
Well, for me, if Breeze is saying he can play special teams, then I'm down with Newsom.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if Simi plays special teams or whatever. I'm not sure. But I definitely like. I think the kid he'll be amazing. He has 0 drops. Wow, that's amazing. And these short hands guys, they're gonna be playing in the slot. But I'm like Brian and Kyle Shanahan likes guys that could do multiple things. That's why I want to go with Daz.
First-year starter, come off a career season, large game controlling wideout who was the go-to receiver who could not be stopped at Stanford. Physical, out-muscles cornerbacks, and wins out for contested throws. Displays terrific eye-hand coordination as well as focus, tracks the pass in the air, extends to make the reception away from his frame, and possesses soft as well as strong hands. Comes back to the ball and follows the quarterback across the field to make himself an available target. Athletic, gets vertical and plucks the ball out of the air. Stout and rarely knocked out his pass route by the inadvertent hit. Works his hands to separate from defenders and makes the reception in stride. Plays the one speed and lacks a burst. Occasionally lets passes slip through his hands, which that was just completely different what they just said. Rounds off routes and displays limited quickness in and out of breaks. Fourth or even third receiver at the next level, which is a slot guy. Oh, what the hell just happened?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just clicked close.
Nick put one of my numbers. Remember I did that last year?
Yeah.
I'm going to bed, yo.
Let's do this real quick. Let's try to catch it.
This ain't gonna be real
Wait,
quick.
change the time. Oh, change the speed.
I did.
Okay.
Oh shit!
You didn't pick a team.
Yeah, hold on. Ball's there.
Man, good night, y'all.
No, you got to stay there. What the hell? Why did it close?
I don't know.
That's why I use PFF.
Fast.
I think this is the one that messed me up last year too. Tony, remember you was doing your draft?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony was doing it last year, and it
just did whatever.
Yeah, dude, I didn't. All I did was close what we were just reading, and it disappeared. Fast 7. NFC West. Damn, that sucks.
This is gonna be Fields.
All right, so Fields. Who did we take second? Defense.
For Miami.
He probably not going to be there, bro.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
All right, he's right there, Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, we got to draft differently now.
God bless it.
No.
Go ahead and get that corner, man. Get Ashanti Samuel or Eric Stokes.
Yeah, I go with Stokes.
Now
over
you
Samuel.
take a corner.
Stokes.
Right, what do you guys think?
I like Samuel.
I'm good with Samuel.
I guess that's it then.
Brian?
Well, I said Stokes, but you can go with Samuel if that's the majority.
Samuel it is. Where do we go next? We went center, right?
I just want to see
Or
what best
guard.
player available.
Now what do we get to
guard
pick?
No,
next,
just
right?
go best player available, bro, because it's going to be
Go
different.
to all.
Gainwell, oh man, we could get a safety too. I like that kid.
I would go edge, either Tyron or Roach.
Scroll down a little bit, Nick.
What?
Scroll down a little bit. No. Oh, Cisco.
Cisco's coming off an ACL, right?
Yep.
I like
All right, let's go with one of those edge guys that Tony called out.
Defense edge.
I like that safety out of
Rashad too. Damn.
Which Ed guy we going with here, guys?
Not Quincy.
You wanted a safety, you said, Wayne?
I like that safety out of USC, I really do.
Hufanga?
I know, but the thing about drafting a safety here is, do we need a safety here? Like, Tart starting, this guy be coming in, rotating. He plays up at the line, right?
Right. And we still have Melifonwu on the
Trade
roster.
offer.
That could very well possibly, take that spot eventually.
All right, we could go edge. I'm cool with going edge.
I got Tryon, that kid out of Washington. I got him ranked pretty good there. Him. And then
There's edges out like later in the draft too, like Patrick Jones. There's a kid out of Buffalo, my man Kuntz. There's some guys.
yeah, and Shaka.
Yep, Shaka Tony, yep. But
I mean,
I like Patrick Jones. I know more about Patrick Jones than I know about Quincy Roche and Joe Tyron. So which player fits the Niners?
Tony, what do you think?
Which one of these three edges gives us that speed?
well, let's see. So Tyron ran a 4.64. Roche was a 4.68. Who else are we talking about?
Patrick Jones. It's probably like a 4.5.
Patrick Jones was a 4.94.
Oh, he's slow. So the fastest one was Tyron.
Yep. And then you got Rashad. Rashad was a 4.58.
Who was that?
He's the fastest Rashad.
Amaclar Rashad.
Out of Oregon State?
Yeah. He's 6'3", 251. He ran a 4.58. He did 25 reps.
What about the kid out of Notre Dame?
Notre Dame.
Dalen Hayes.
I'll have to pull him up on my phone.
Tony, you got any input on these edge guys?
I'll go any one. I like Roche. I like Tyron. Any way you want to go.
Then let's go with Tyron.
Yep, Tryon.
Tryon.
He's going to have a Tryon for the 49ers.
All right, we're up again. Best available all.
Scroll down.
There's Washington. There's our safety.
Y'all said y'all ain't like him. Y'all didn't like him.
I'm taking Kyle Trask. Fuck all y'all. Oh, excuse my language.
I gotta watch.
No, the only knock I have on Washington is his height, man. His size.
When's our next pick? What were you next?
155, right?
We screwed that up earlier.
We are 155.
That's a huge jump.
See, that's what happened. It comes up right here where the close button is, and it hit the restart.
Don't hit that button.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying, like, when that comes up, it's right there. So I hit it dead center. I'm not hitting it.
Guys, I'm tired. Let's go.
All right, let's rock. I'm waiting on y'all.
Did we? Now I forgot what positions because I got the two.
I don't even care. Let's just start. That's a new draft now.
Quarterback, edge.
Go look at the linebacker that was right there. You had one on the all. There's that Chaz Surratt. Wasn't that one we were talking about?
Draft him. It's the fourth round.
I don't think he fits though.
I thought he's the 3-4 guy.
No, he's an outside linebacker. He's a sideline chase.
So he fits. Let's go. Hit it. Click it.
I'm not
just gonna click it. I want people to agree.
Go ahead. He's one. I'm good.
We talked about him last time, but he got drafted. I thought it was the other linebacker. Can't remember his name. So now let's go back to all. Maybe we can get that center, Manet. Let's see if he's still around that 5th or 4th.
Yep, he's right there. Whoop, go. Yep.
There you go. Get him. Bam. Now
Now
let's
we're
go.
moving.
Now let's go check the wide receivers.
All or yeah.
All right. And so Darby's there. We drafted. I know Newsom isn't gone. I don't
Yeah,
see
he
him. Oh, these mother suckers.
Just go ahead and take Darby then.
Everybody agree with Darby?
Let's go get Tony's guy.
Yeah, get Tony's
Oh.
guy.
All right, we're up again.
Back to all.
Did we get a guard?
No.
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 Yeah, we don't have,
Are
took
there
a
any?
center, that was it.
Offense, guards.
No, I
That's
like that.
Dorius Hutcherson.
Go to all.
All.
Scroll down. Scroll down.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar. Yes, please.
Jacoby Stevens. See, they have him listed as a safety, but I could see him playing Will.
All right. I see somebody I like.
Cool.
Oh, who?
Milton
Carlton?
Williams.
Oh.
Milton Williams.
Defensive tackle?
Yeah, but I think that's a little too high for him.
Who's the
what's
last player we drafted out of Louisiana Tech?
Was he a 3 tech or what?
He could play 3. He could play 5. He could play outside.
What school did that little wide receiver boy go to? Wasn't it this school? Our slot,
I need
no,
more
our slot
info,
guy.
Bridgie.
Our slot guy. He ain't gonna
Trent
be back.
Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did go there.
Yeah, I ain't drafting no more players from Louisiana Tech, dog. They stay injured. No, I'm just playing. I'm cool with whatever we draft right
Do
here.
whatever you want. Go up. Go for the best available player. Go for the highest ranked player.
What do we got here?
David Moore, offensive guard. Shakur Brown, cornerback. DeMar Hamlin, Chauncey Golston.
I like Goldston too.
That's 2 edges, though.
Yeah.
Did we already draft a corner?
Yes.
Yeah,
we
Asante
did.
Samuel.
Samuel.
Uh,
Not to
safety.
say we couldn't use another one if you wanted to. Did we get safety 2 already?
Nah, we didn't get a safety.
No.
Tark might be all right. Trey Norwood can play the slot too, but that's going to be a reach at that point.
I don't mind drafting a defensive tackle, guys. If that's a guy that's a good value for the pick, I'm down for it.
It said lazy in his write-up.
On who? David Moore?
The one you just had, the negatives. Lazy and late with his hands on occasion.
That's why he's in the 5th round.
All right, so we're going defense,
Can we look at linebackers?
linebackers.
Oh, we already got a linebacker. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I just said it all and just kind of scroll down a little bit.
Defensive tackle, Milton Williams.
Let's go. I'm with it.
194.
Oh. Who's available? Go get Trevon Grimes. Get 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, we got Grimes. You got Jacoby Stevens.
Now
who
you'll
can
have
slide down in the slot.
you'll have
Excuse
the
me,
big wide receiver body now. Just in
Yep.
case your boy Jalen Hurts don't play, go get. I'd say get Trevon Grimes.
I like that pick, but I'm big on that guy. So.
Tony.
Yeah, we're good.
Get him.
Grimes?
We got Darby and Grimes and R2. Oh shit!
Now we got a wide receiver room. Somebody ain't making this squad.
This is the
Is
last
this our
pick.
last
Yeah.
pick?
Yep.
Nick,
Round
you picked
7,
the last
let's
pick.
Where's Philippi Franks?
Who?
He's a quarterback.
Draft Ben Mason, the fullback out of Michigan, yo.
We already have 2 fullbacks on this roster.
Dude, one ain't making the team. And so
we
you
don't need to have 3.
if you draft this guy, one not making the team. That's my point.
I would
Well,
go to tackle from Iowa, or there's a guy. His name is
Go back.
Avery Williams from Boise State. He is a legit special teams player. He's like straight special teams.
What's
He
his name?
started. Avery Williams is a corner.
I'm not going to find him in those special teams. You
You gotta get him
out of the defense.
defensive cornerbacks.
Right here, Avery Williams.
Just look at him first before.
4-year
you
starter, impact as a return specialist, undersized cornerback with large amounts of agility and athleticism, quick pedaling and reverse, fluid transitioning. Man, that's some good stuff about this
Take him
kid.
as our dedicated special teamer.
Short and outmatched by taller receivers, must improve his balance. He won't play much cornerback, but if he's a good special teams guy, why not?
Right.
I like Puka Williams, though. But I already know that issue with Puka might have him going undrafted.
He may not play in the NFL ever.
Ever? Dang.
Well, we'll see how things pan out for him.
Wait, Vincent's still available from what you call?
We'll go to all.
LSU?
I didn't see it.
No, Vincent. Someone said draft Vincent. He ain't
Are
available.
you all the way at the top of that board?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Shoot.
No.
I would either do Jackson, Avery Williams. If you want a tight end, you can get the kid Gray from Duke. I don't even know if he's available though.
That tight end is Granson. Why do I know that name? Tight end.
There go my boy Malcolm Kuntz.
We're going special teamer.
No, we're gonna go
Kicker. We're going.
We need to replace our kicker.
Oh, Robbie Gold's going to be up.
Not this. I don't think so.
drafting the kicker, yo.
There's an out in his contract this year.
Just sign another kicker, man.
This deal is basically a
You
2-year
can just go
deal.
get that guy we had
Go
brought
with
in
special
last
teamer
year.
guy.
I like Kuntz bringing another edge. Now you got good rotation on the edges.
All right, well, tell me what I'm doing here, guys.
What was
I
that
got
kick?
one person telling me edge. I got one person telling me special
Special
team.
team. The cornerback. What was the kid's name?
Avery Williams.
Avery Williams, cornerback out of Boise State.
Done deal.
Tony,
Yeah.
Wayne,
I mean, it's unanimous. They said, yeah.
unanimous.
Now we can go get all those other people undrafted free agents. Like
Right. He said F. Wayne's and Brian's guy. Take the kicker.
Who said that?
Like sloppy.
Sloppy. I remember that draft when we drafted freaking Mitch Wisnowski in the 4th round. Nick's reaction was the greatest reaction.
All right, so we took number 3 overall, Justin Fields, 43rd overall, Asante Samuel Jr., 102, Joe Tryon, 117, Chaz Surratt, 155, Michael Manet, 172, Frank Darby, 180, Milton Williams,
I liked our first draft better.
Trayvon Grimes, 230, Avery Williams. Those are the guys.
Hey man, go make sure you snapshot this and post it on our social medias.
Yeah, I don't even know how. I can't even get it to.
Command, you got a Mac, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to get it to show where it shows all of them. It's like I have to scroll.
Oh, I was gonna say Command Shift R. I think so. You Snapchat.
There was another couple other corners that I would have liked to have gotten instead of what we picked.
Command Shift 4. What is it?
Yeah, it just started it over when I did
Yeah,
Command Shift R. So,
I'm about to take a snapshot. Psh.
guys,
Put that draft back up. Let me see if I can snapshot it.
it went away.
Oh,
I told you.
okay.
You told me Command Shift R, and I did it, and it restarted it, like that page.
Forget that site, man.
So, no, well, because I guess Command Shift R refreshes.
That-
Oh,
Ah.
see you, Mike.
Bye, Wayne. Oh,
See you, Mike.
killing me.
Oh, hold on. Mike's back. Oh, there he is. There's Mike. What's going on, Mike?
Just gonna bounce.
Did it refresh the page?
It really did refresh the page.
Yeah.
That's a funny joke because I never knew that command.
Yeah.
It's Command Shift 4.
Command Shift 4. Command Shift 4.
He said, "Yo, I command shift R and it just." Yo, I'm so glad it didn't refresh the broadcast. That would have been funny because.
Yeah, I know. If I would have did it on this page.
Oh, sugar snaps.
Oh. Well, guys, it's April. It is April 6th. We have 23 days till the draft. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to start trying to bring people on to do some fan mock drafts and also try to get some other podcast hosts on to do those and also give out, some information on their pod as well moving forward for this month. And then obviously our regular shows as well. But yeah, this was fun.
And the 11K, right?
I've never heard of Command Shift R in my life, yo. I didn't even know it did something.
It refreshed, bro.
We're still going to do the 11K show?
Yeah, 11K show we're going to also do for a giveaway. Not sure what we're going to do with that yet. We're going to still figure that out, but definitely going to do an 11K show. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you guys go over there and follow all the other podcasts on social media as well.
Yeah, follow. It's a bunch of y'all in here. You know what I'm saying? Every Monday night. Every Monday. Nitty Gritty Niners. I tell you what, we reach 1K. I was about to say 1,000K. We reach 1K, we'll do a giveaway too. How about that? Everybody giving away. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Sucky now.
We need them 1K subscribers though. We at almost 400. So let's go. Come on. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Mark Espinoza says, why don't y'all do an 11K run for the 11K?
Hell no. Yo, after
that's what? That's 369 miles?
369 miles. That's like a group.
Yeah.
I'm good. John V says
I'll do 10 miles.
I'm not doing 10 miles.
That's what I usually do, 8 to 10 in the morning. So I can do 9. That's easy.
Enough of that in the Navy.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, but
anyone get a snapshot of our draft because Nick messed up?
No, I didn't mess up. You told me.
I didn't tell you what. I didn't say. Don't say I told you.
So if I just
don't peer pressure, bro.
M, does that mean I messed up?
Let's see what that does. Let's see what Command Shift M does.
Yeah, you do it, not me.
It didn't mute anything. No, that is funny, bro. Command Shift R. Never heard of that.
Command Shift R. I appreciate you guys coming on, man, tonight. And like I said, we'll start digging into the draft this month. We'll also do the 11K giveaway, as we talked about. And I want to get you guys on, too, individually, so you guys can do individual drafts as well. I want to see what your guys' thoughts are this month. So let me know when you guys are available, because I'm going to be doing the draft show.
I'm going to hit Command Shift P.
For print. It's going to print.
So you knew that one.
Are we going to follow it up with every night we're going to do a draft show?
No. No, we're not doing that. No midnight shows this month.
Every night shows take its toll on people.
We'd be up to like 3 a.m. every morning.
Yo, I couldn't do it, man. My doctor said I got to be in bed by 11 o'clock. It's 11:17. That's why I ain't do any midnight shows. Has strict orders from the doctors.
You need that sleep, man. You busting your tail on all other platforms. You crazy.
It's crazy.
So, guys, final thoughts, man. Final thoughts. Let's go with Brian first.
No, it was fun. It's not always easy to agree, but it's going to be fun to watch, and we'll see what happens.
Breezy.
It ain't easy being breezy. Yo, man, great show, fellas. I look, I'm tired, man. I'm tired, but listen, man, you guys rock, man. Love you guys. Everybody out there, man, y'all know I love y'all out there, man. But when anybody come at me, man, I can't just let them come without me clapping back. I'm a clapper backer, so it's what I do. But thank y'all for tuning in and staying tuned in with Nick messing up the first draft. Nick messed up the first draft. We're gonna put that out there. He messed up the first draft.
Yeah, because Wayne said control.
No, that's not what happened. You messed up the first draft. You restarted it. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. That was all you. I told you to shift command.
Command, shift.
You said R, not 4. Now we lost him.
Oh, we're not taking Mac
joking.
Jones. I can tell you that right now. That's not happening.
Just joking. All right, Tony, final thoughts, babe.
Is it April 29th yet? That's
Right.
what I'm waiting for.
We got such a long wait, bro.
It's horrible. But
We
listen,
gotta
as far
do
as a
this.
first-round pick, number 3 overall, whatever quarterback they decide to take, we just got to roll with it. They're the pros. We're not. We try to give you our opinions, what we see, our thoughts. If he chooses Mac Jones, he chooses Mac Jones. That's his guy. He's
He's going
choosing
to make
for
him
a
as
reason.
successful as he can be.
If he chooses Trey Lance, that's his guy. If he chooses Fields, if he chooses, I don't know, if they trade up to 1 and get Lawrence, I don't know how they could, but
What if they trade up to draft a guy we ain't even thinking about, like Kyle Trask,
Dear God, what's wrong?
No.
Kellen Mond?
Listen,
Hey.
Yeah, I would have been
give
okay
up,
with those guys, but not at 3.
I know.
they give up that type of compensation package to get to 3. It's one of the top 3 guys.
I
That's
know.
why I talked to you guys, or I said it out earlier. Sorry, not to go back, but we were talking about in a group chat. If Mac Jones is the guy and he's the most pro ready, then there's not really a reason for Jimmy
He's
to
the
stay.
most 49ers ready.
That's what I'm saying. If we take Mac Jones and they're saying he's the most ready, then we don't need to have Jimmy. He's not a bridge quarterback. You just put Mac Jones in there to roll, which I don't like the idea, but I'm just saying that might be a thought. That's a thought process. Then you can trade Jimmy and get your second from Patriots or first from Patriots or whatever they can get. Then you can use it to trade up to get Najee or do, whoever.
Yo,
Please don't eat that, John.
I'm bringing John V on the show if they draft Mac Jones, and he's licking that thing.
Yo, please don't.
I'm holding him to this, John. I'm holding him to it, bro.
John, please don't, man.
You gonna try and take a screenshot of that?
Oh, take a shot. Thank you, Jesus.
He said, thank you, Jesus.
It's Jesus.
Oh, no.
Flores.
Oh, my bad. Thank you,
Why'd you
Jesus.
take that off?
I'm sorry. I'm going to shift command 4. Relax.
Shift command 4. There goes the whole show.
Not R4.
I hit 4.
All right, so real
I knew
quick-
what it was. You know how you know what it is, but you got to do it first? Whatever. I got it.
Real quick from Jason Hurley, updated 2021 49ers cap room, $18,095,157 currently. They need, according to Over the Cap, $7,002,244 for the top 51 wise to sign their draft class right now. They'll have to pay at least $12,942,244 when the season begins. All depends on how many picks they end up with, where they were, etc.
Right.
So
we're not in the money.
That's the updated on numbers. Appreciate that. If you guys don't follow Jason Hurley on Twitter, make sure you guys go follow him. He's at let me go back to that.
Is Jason Hurley
At
following Wayne Breezy?
AB81. So
Is Jason Hurley following Wayne Breezy?
Yeah, that's what we
I
should
don't
be
know.
asking. Oh,
I don't know.
then
but
And he's really good
he's
about
good
it.
with numbers.
If you have questions about certain things that he puts on his webpage or on his,
I'll just ask
he's
you
really
guys.
good about getting back to you and answering that information too.
I'll just get to you guys and you tell me the answers.
So,
We got a credit that I didn't understand, and he was able to kind of tell me why we got that.
Hey man, this was a fun show though. I know this was fun. It was long, but it was fun.
all right, guys. Great show.
Hey,
Fun,
real quick, you
long.
guys see that movie on Netflix called Bad Trip?
No, I
Sorry,
didn't see it.
Tony. All right, just go watch Bad Trip and then hit me up on Twitter and tell me what you think about it. It's the worst fucking movie I've ever watched in my life, but I promise you I laughed for at least 70 minutes. It was funny, but it was bad. All right, so Bad Trip. It got my girl in it. Girl, can't think of her name right now. The chick with the mole on the face. Oh my God, what is her name?
Ava Mendes.
No, she looks way better than the chick I'm talking about. Tiffany Haddish is in it. Yeah, Tiffany Haddish is in that joint. Check it out. Bad Trip. Peace.
Mo's nose said he turned it off in 5 minutes.
Yo, Mose, it was the worst movie I've ever watched.
Trash.
It was horrible, but it's funny.
Here.
It has funny moments.
One last quick question and we'll get out of here. Would you guys be disappointed or upset if the Niners drafted Kyle Pitts at 3 instead of a quarterback?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't trade away that kind of capital. I mean, if you stayed at 12 and got him, or even moved up to like 9, maybe.
See, I wouldn't be disappointed, dog. I think Kyle Pitts is the best player in the damn draft. I wouldn't be disappointed. It wouldn't make sense, but I wouldn't be disappointed.
I don't think it would make sense, but the dude's going to be a baller, and that's going to be for another show, folks.
Right.
So make sure you hit
That's
that
all,
like
folks.
subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you know when we go. But next talk, maybe it's Kyle Pitts over a quarterback. Who knows?
Hell no.
Let's go. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate,
Anticipate.
but always.
Remain
Oh,
faithful.
We out of here, peeps.
I'm going to bed.
Peace.